All right, guys, well, we are back in the shop. It is still a little crowded in here, but we are gonna be putting in some work on the XJ Vandenpla tonight. And for those of you that may be new to the channel, this is my 2009 XJ Vandenpla. This is the last of the line when it comes to the classic looking XJ styling. This is the very last year, and on top of this, it's a pretty rare color that it comes in as well. Those of you that have been following the channel for quite some time, you'll know that I bought this as a non-runner and we've put it back on the road, and it has just slowly but surely got better and better as we've gone through the car, improving all the little wear items, things that are broken, services that are needed to get it back as close to its former glory as we possibly can. And one of the issues we're going to be tackling tonight is quite an interesting one. I've had an issue where the alarm will constantly and randomly go off on its own all the time. Obviously, it's super frustrating and a little bit embarrassing when your car alarm's just going off randomly at all sorts of hours during the day, but we're gonna tackle that tonight. And after some investigation, I noticed that I would randomly get the bonnet open notification coming up on the dash, and I realized that I believe the sensor or switch for the hood latch is defective or broken. And basically what's happening is the car is just sitting there locked, and then all of a sudden it thinks someone's opened the hood when actually it's still shut, and that's triggering the alarm. So we're gonna open up the hood here. I'll show you what we need to do to switch this sensor out. It doesn't look too bad of a fix for once, but let's get this done, and hopefully that means we can lock the car moving forward without the alarm going off. So let's get to it. And here we are under the hood. Those other Jag owners will notice that I'm missing the engine cover. I do have it, it's just been off with all the service I've been doing, and I like to kind of leave it off while I make sure that we're leak-free, vacuum leak-free, anything like that. And same goes for the slam panel here. I already have that off. To do this job, you would have to remove the slam panel here. It's pretty straightforward. There's a few little screws that hold it in, and it just lifts out the way. But what we're gonna do is actually down here, this is the piece in question. So this is our hood latch, or at least one of them, but the sensor lives on this. So it looks like maybe a couple 10mm bolts here. We're gonna undo those and get this up and take a look at what's going on. Looks like that holds the horn on. So we're not gonna take that the whole way off, just make a little bit of space so we can get the socket in. All right, so these are out. And hopefully, let's see. See down here, can you guys see in here? This is the plug, so I'm gonna try and unplug it. Which may involve needing a flashlight. Oh, there it goes. And then equally, kind of at the bottom of the latch, like I pointed out, I think I can rotate it, yeah. This is the switch I believe is giving us issues, so I'm gonna try and rotate it the whole way around. Yeah, and it seems to clip on here and here, so we just need to try and unclip it. There we go. And here it is. It's funny, it sounds like it works, but we can see, get close, there is quite a bit of wear on this. So I wonder if it's just as simple as this wear is what's causing the problem. Because like I said, sometimes we're good, and then other times the alarm just goes off for no reason at all. Here we have our OEM replacement, so you guys can see the part number there. For how simple of a switch this is, I would say this is kind of expensive. This thing ran me about 50 bucks. So here's the new one. We can do a quick comparison, I suppose. It pokes up like so. Definitely seems like the new one pokes up more, which would mean that better actuation on here. But only one way to find out. You're gonna take this, we've got it nice and rotated, and this should just slide in like so. And that was a very positive sounding click. So for those doing this, this notch needs to face upwards. So let's see if we can tighten this thing up. Okay. Oopsies. All right, well, fundamentally that's in. For you guys who are watching, I have to wrestle and get my horn back in, so I'm gonna do that now. All right, guys, well, with having the hood latch in, I think the best way to test that is just lock the car and keep our fingers crossed that the alarm does not come back on, and I don't see that bonnet open warning pop up on the dash anymore. Pretty confident with that. I was looking at the old switch. I mean, it's tired, you know, it's 16 years old. So hopefully that does the trick on that. Pretty easy job to do. And now we're gonna move on to another interesting task that's been kind of looming for quite some time. I'm hopeful this one's easy too, but it took quite a while for the part to come in. That's lurking right down here. As you can see, my front bumper is pretty peppered with stone chips, unfortunately, but there's supposed to be a fog light in here. And actually when I got the car, there was, but I use this as a commuter. It does a lot of highway miles. And one day I came back from a trip and it was gone. So yeah, we've had a little bit of a journey to get to this because one, X358s are kind of rare as they are, and then ones with fog lights are even more rare. Briefly, when I noticed that this was missing, I kind of did some investigating, and the actual fog light housing was still in the car. It had fallen inside the bumper. The lens, however, had completely vanished. So let me show you kind of what I had left and then what I've been waiting on, which just showed up that we're gonna get installed today. And here it is. This is my fog light, also a little grubby. I think at some point the surround must have got damaged. And you can see signs of glue on the housing here. That's definitely not factory. And I have a suspicion that just on the journey I was on that day, that it decided that it was no longer gonna be glued onto this housing, and it basically just fell off. So we're gonna see about getting this put back in the bumper appropriately, and then we're gonna clip the nice new lens and cover fascia back on. And here's the fascia that I'm talking about. It took me about 6 weeks for this thing to show up. It actually came all the way from Latvia. So if you ever watch my videos from Latvia and this was from you, I really appreciate it because you're keeping this car all up and running and without any missing parts. So yeah, we'll put this on next. You can kind of see this has tabs. I'm guessing on my old one, they must have been broken, which is why it fell off. All right, so I just kind of fed this back inside and instantly lost where I was going to show you guys. You can see I plugged the harness back in. I'm going to see if I can do this without having to raise the car up because the shop is a little discombobulated right now, and the lifts are temporarily out of order. So I'm gonna see if I can kind of get this mounted up. There's these tabs that it looks like it should sit in. There's another one, I think there's a couple up here. So we're gonna do that, and then hopefully we can clip the fascia on. And there you have it. So I was basically able to line these clips up. There was two up here as well. And then I've just really pulled on the fog light, and it seems to have seated in pretty nicely. It's definitely nice and firm. Yeah, I mean, I'm not slamming on the thing, but at the top here, it's not just coming out, so it feels pretty solid. So I think with that, we can mess around with this fascia. And here it is again. So yeah, this, like I said, took 6 weeks to get here. Now it's probably gonna look nicer than the one I have on the other side, but pretty simple. It looks like 3 clips, and then it's basically good to go. So we'll see if we can get this seated in, and that will be job done. All right, guys, well, there you have it. This thing is nice and solid now. This is clipped in really nice. It's holding the housing. The lens is good. I think the next thing we'll have to do is actually make sure the bulb works. Probably should have thought about that before installing everything, but I'm hopeful that the bulb still works. It was working before it vanished, so let's see if we can do that now. There we have it, guys. Fog lights are all working. Everything is as it should be, finally at the front of the car again. All right, and we're doing one of those while we're in there tasks, because it has been quite a minute. And that is going to be rehome the engine cover. So I'm actually going to give this a nice wipe down first, and then we're going to put it back where it should be. All right, so let's get this thing on. Without forgetting, got to take the oil cap off. You should. So, oh, it's looking better already. That's that one done. The screws on this just take about a half turn to lock, like so. I gotta grab the couple for the back here, but as you can see, we are starting to look like a proper Jag under here again. All right, guys, and there you have it. We have the slam panel all down. We have the engine cover on, and it is looking like a lovely Jag again. And that means we are done with these little finishing touches on the XJ for this week's video. So we're gonna wrap the video for today right here. I know it's a short one, but I wanted to share with you guys what I had been up to on the car. But it's some of these minor fixes, which is what makes the car feel complete and not like an old car with issues. So I'm super pleased to say there is no more bonnet open message showing up on the display screen in the instrument cluster. I can now lock the car. The alarm does not randomly go off, which is awesome. And it's another thing off the list on our journey to saving this awesome XJ. So if you are new to the channel and found your way here because of the XJ content, you are in luck. I am a huge Jag enthusiast, and there is plenty more Jag content to come here in the near future. So hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Definitely drop me a comment. Let me know your thoughts on these fixes I did today. Have you done similar ones? Did they work out for you? Let me know your thoughts, because as much as I love sharing my knowledge with you, I always learn something from you guys as well when you drop me a note in the comments. But with that, I will see all you guys on the next episode.